Hello, guys. It's a good day. Welcoming once again to today's market outlook for the week. Like we normally do on this channel, we look at the markets for the week and check the previous, which was last week, to see what we to expect. I mean, what we are expecting for the new week. Having said that, let's dive in. So, the dollar index, like I love to do on this channel to check. Very important, especially if you trade dollar majors like me, you want to see what the dollar is doing. Anyway, since Friday, uh, when we have NFP, I think that was on the first. I think it fell on the first or on the third. Can't remember the dates. And we had a very, very bad market reports. You know, uh, we saw the dollar was pushing for, before that report. I mean, it was on Thursday, after that Thursday close, price was around 99.97. After the reports, we had price pullback like this. I mean, for throughout that week. Then the following week, which was the week that just ended, we had dollar, still keep pushing back. So this week, we'll be expecting to see what price would do. And then with this tariff thing that is going on around with the US, is really creating a lot of shift in the market. A lot of people are very, very skeptical trading the dollar, because people don't know what to expect. And like I always say, market does not like uncertainty. You know, um, People actually love to know what to expect, even though they can't predict tomorrow, right? Traders majorly. As traders, we don't like something that is not sure, right? Like if you want to enter a trade, if the trade doesn't look good, if the setup is not giving you at least 80% assurance, you don't want to take that trade. So people even say 60%. And once you see a setup and it doesn't look good, you say, I'll pass on this one. You go and look at another instrument, right? The same thing, that is actually happening in the market today because there's a lot of uncertainty, especially by the US president. He's always coming up with different things. So people are skeptical. Let me put it that way. Anyway, having said that, the dollar closed on Friday with a bounce off on the support 97.9, still showing, which is still, if you ask me, we are still relatively bearish with the dollar because we have not really broken out of this channel until I see a proper breakout. You know, until I see a proper breakout of this channel, this break of structure at 102, where my cursor is, a proper breakout like so. uh Then I know that okay, we're having a very serious move to the upside. That's for the dollar. Coupled with the fact that by September is looking like about 94% right now that the Federal Reserve is going to cut interest rates. And I've seen the Fed report that says they might cut interest rate like 2, 3 times this year. So that's not actually looking good for the dollar. So having said that, like I mentioned, until I see a proper breakout from this channel like this, and that's when you can say, okay, we are looking bullish now. We are ready to probably push to the upside. Anything other than that, the likelihood of the dollar, pushing downwards to this zone is very, very, very high right now. All right. So having said that, let's check gold. Gold is still bullish. I've been bullish on gold for if you have been with me on this channel, you will notice the bullishness of gold is still can never be it has not been in doubt, especially with, like I mentioned, with a lot of uncertainty in the financial market based on this new tariff that is going on around in the US by the US president. A lot of people are running to safe haven like gold. They want to put their 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 money there because it's safer, right? So that's why we see that gold is still extremely bullish. To trade gold, like I always say on this channel, you want to wait for a pullback. Last week, this was Yeah, we saw gold. Then let me go to the 4 hour time frame. So we saw how gold has been behaving. See that we have this pullback. We have this a little bit that looks like a minor breakout. And then a pullback into this counter trend line. After we had our pullback, on the 5th of August, price has been pushing forward. Although it has not been very aggressive, but then it's been showing sign that bullish movement, is likely to continue, as you can see. So let's check what Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been bullish. The two things happened this past week. Number one is the fact that the Donald Trump, the U.S. president, signed into law on the stablecoin, bill. All right, which is very huge. I mean, it's bringing back a lot of confidence into crypto. That's number one. Then number two, we also have this the US also uh, are proposing that crypto can also be included in 401k. That is for those that are employed, which is also a big deal, and that's why we've seen that crypto has been pushing forward. There's been call for. I've seen a lot of people talking about we're entering alt season, and it's looking like that. If you look at Ethereum, let me quickly check on Ethereum. Ethereum, for the first time in a long time, finally broke the the resistance that has been battling with. As you can see, that have been something I've been monitoring. It bounces off at 3,300 from this last pullback, and there's been pushing for. If you go to the weekly time frame, you can see that Ethereum has been battling this resistance since 2024, since March 2024. So, and you see that it's been playing around the zone. No, I mean, this is well over a year. Like Ethereum has been, even as much as Bitcoin has been pushing forward, for the first time, in a long time, we saw price pierce this support, this resistance, this major resistance at 4,100. So, and if you've been around crypto, you will understand that the crypto space, we believe that Ethereum always lead the altcoin season. Anytime you have Ethereum, take that bullish move and keeps pushing forward, and probably create a new all-time high. What you have is that money begins to flow into other altcoins. That is how the crypto industry has been for some time. Although this analysis is not about crypto, but I just want to throw that in. I would say that let's check what other currencies have been doing. For example, EURUSD has been also, because of the bad labor reports on NFP day, price bounced off from here on Friday. As you can see, this gigantic bullish candle, and the price has been pushing forward since then. So, but I'm still looking forward to see price to confirm that this bullish move will continue. I want to see price take away this higher at 1.18. You know, um, as long as we stay below this zone, this resistance at 1.18, I'll be very careful buying US around this area. All right, I'll be very very careful until I see proper breakouts. The price come and they continue. If not, I'll be sitting on my hands. I already took my profit on EURUSD buy, so I'm just waiting now to see what price wants to do around this zone. Like a friend of mine always say, trading is more patience than any other thing. Sometimes you want to wait. It's better to wait than for you to jump into the market when the market has not moved. All right. So I'm gonna say that let's check pounds USD as well. Same thing, same scenario. Though pounds hasn't really show. It's been pushing forward, as you can see the weekly time frame as well. But it's not been moving at the pace at which Euro USD has been moving. So we see that it's still battling a minor resistance around this zone. So market open to later today into Monday. Will make me see what I will do on pounds USD. If you are going to have a further pushing forward to the upside rather, I'll be expecting a pullback, probably a pullback, and then we continue to the upside. But then, as long as resistance around this area still holds, around there, this is 1.378. We can still see pounds, crash to the downside. All right. I would say that let's check JPY wise. I don't this video is becoming too long. All right. So we saw USD JPY still, sitting on this support. This support is, it's been holding price from crashing to the downside. Go to 4 hour time frame. So that we this week that just finished, we bounced, price comes in and bounce up. Price keep bouncing on this support, and we've not seen any major move on the USD because this is actually also based on the reports of the NFP. As you can see on that Friday, the first Friday, price, Friday on the 1st of August, price pulled back massively after this run, after this particular run. All right, we saw price, pull back after moving, pushing for from 145 all the way to 150. So this major pullback because of that report. I mean, that report is so terrible. The fact that they had to also review the data for June and May, for May and June. It's a very terrible report, at least for the dollar. All right. So I would say that let's check pounds JPY. I'll just check on the pounds JPY. So, pounds JPY keeps, because pounds has been bullish. I think I caught this buy. I'm not sure if I posted it on Telegram group, this particular one. And that reminds me, if you are not joining our free Telegram group, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. We had a lot of win this past week. Pounds, AUD, I think Euro GBP. We caught this Euro GBP. Where's that Euro GBP? I think I posted in the group. This particular one, price keeps, and I'm still holding some of the positions. I've taken some profit and I'm holding the rest. I'm expecting price to put to this zone. All right. So for pounds, GBP, I think I caught the buy all the way from here. So if you're not in that Telegram group, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. I would say that let's check indices real quick. I want us to check indices real quick. Um, I quickly want us to check indices. Indices has been sold into the upside. I'm still praying we have a decent pullback because there's no market that this is actually good for. When your price keeps surging and it doesn't seem there's price wants to pull back, it's not a good thing. So because it keeps creating all time high after all time high. As you can see, this one year broke 22,000. All right. I mean, this year has been crazy for indices. And now we are also almost printing another all-time high. After this 23,000, we are likely to print another all-time high. So, but then, the good thing is I'm hoping that we have a pullback, like the one we had in March when President Trump first mentioned tariff, and everybody started panicking and selling off. I won't lie, I think I got caught around there. I took a minor loss. Thank God for the stop loss I put. I would have, I mean, it would have been crazy when price just keeps surging to the downside. So our price has been pushing for. I missed this move. It was very painful. This particular one. I'm still biting my fingers why I didn't join. I actually missed that move. But right now, when market open, I'm going to take a little risk around this zone. Probably take a sell just a little bit of risk. And hoping that price will push to the downside. But if you ask me, the best way to trade indices right now is to wait for pullback. Probably the nearest zone I'm seeing is probably price comes to this zone. I mean, having a break and retest around 22,000. So we are likely to see price do this because this has been too big. I mean, when you have an instrument that is extremely bullish or bearish, you want to be very careful trying to skip buying at the peak. Like Warren Buffett would say, you say be greedy when people are scary in the market, and be scary when people are greedy, because what you are seeing is that there's a lot of greed. People keep, I mean, they keep pumping price. The price keeps pumping. And God help you, you go and buy around this one. That's why you don't want to buy around resistance and sell around support, right? You go and buy around this one, price do this. You see, eat you out and then do this again. So, for an extremely bullish instrument like this, what you want to do is to always wait for price to pull back. If you don't want to take the risk of trying to time the time resistance, I mean time when price will pull back, which is also very dangerous. Also at the same time, you don't want to buy it. It's also very risky trying to sell, you know, at this point, because price can keep pushing to the upside. So the best bet, to trade a very bullish or a very bearish instrument is to wait for pullback. You want to wait for price to do this, bounce off the support a little bit, confirm that support is strong, and then take a buy and then follow that price and follow price. All right. Or for very conservative traders, they will wait for weeks for price to really, really, really pull back into a very good discount zone. If you ask me, this zone is a very good discount zone around 17,000. All right, before they can start thinking of looking for buying opportunity. All right. Okay, so that's that on us. Well, I think I should be calling it, a day. It's been. I don't want this video to be too long. Like I mentioned, if you have not joined us on our Telegram, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. I'll be leaving the link in the description below, and I'll be looking forward to you joining our community. All right. So thank you so much. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye.